Hi students, today I wanted to read a book called A Porcupine Named Fluffy. This book was written by Helen and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. We've read books by Helen before, and sometimes it seems like the author wants us to learn a lesson, maybe about how to be a better person. We could read to find out if there's a lesson in this book, but we should definitely be able to retell it using character, setting, and events, problem and solution, all of those things that we look at very carefully and listen to how the character talks, what they say, and also what they do. We pay attention to those two things to find out how they feel. Characters have feelings, just like we do. The title makes me wonder, because it says a porcupine named Fluffy. When I think about something fluffy, I think about things that are soft, like a comforter or pillow, maybe a big fluffy jacket. I don't think about things that are sharp, like a porcupine. Let's read and find out more. A Porcupine Named Fluffy. When Mr. and Mrs. Porcupine had their first child, they were delighted. Now, he needed a name. Should they call him Spike? No, Spike was too common. Should they call him Lance? No, Lance sounded too fierce. Should they call him Needle Rooser? No, Needle Rooser was too long. Prickles? Pokey? Quillian? Then together they had an idea. Let's call him Fluffy. It's such a pretty name. Fluffy. But soon there came a time when Fluffy began to doubt that he was Fluffy. He first became suspicious when he backed into a door and stuck fast. That was not a Fluffy thing to do. He was even more convinced when he accidentally slept on his bed and poked holes in the mattress. A very unfluffy thing to do. When he tried to carry an umbrella, he knew the truth without a doubt. Fluffy definitely wasn't. Wasn't what? Well, how does he know he's not Fluffy? That's his name, and it doesn't describe him very well. But how does he know that he is not Fluffy? He got stuck to the door. He got stuck on his mattress. He poked holes in his umbrella by accident. So he decided to become fluffier. Oh, so that's his problem. Fluffy isn't fluffy. And he wants to be. Clouds are fluffy, he thought. I'll be a cloud. But he couldn't stay up. I know. Pillows are fluffy, he said. I'll be a pillow. But when his mother sat on him, she was not pleased. He tried soaking in a bubble bath for 45 minutes, but he did not become fluffy. He became soggy. He tried whipped cream. He put a little on each quill. It was not easy, and it took more than half a day. But this did not make Fluffy fluffy. They should have named me Gooey, he sighed. He ate a lot of fluffy marshmallows. He rolled in shaving cream and feathers. He even tried to become a bunny. So, Fluffy isn't fluffy. He wants to be. That's the problem. He tried several things to solve the problem. What did he try? What else did he try? But the truth remained. Fluffy wasn't. He just wasn't Fluffy. One afternoon, Fluffy set out for a walk, trying to think of ways to become Fluffy. Before long, he met a very large rhinoceros. Look at that rhino. He's very large. I remember that rhino from the front cover. See? So he's out there walking, trying to think of ways to become Fluffy, and he meets this rhinoceros. "Grr," said the rhinoceros. "I'm going to give you a rough time." Fluffy didn't know what a rough time was, but he didn't like the sound of it at all. "What is your name, small prickly thing?" asked the rhinoceros unkindly. "Fluffy," said Fluffy. The rhinoceros smiled. He giggled. Then he laughed out loud. He rolled on the ground. He jiggled and slapped his knees. He roared with laughter. "A porcupine named Fluffy," howled the rhinoceros. What does the rhinoceros think of Fluffy's name? He thinks it's funny. Why does he think it's funny? Because it doesn't suit the porcupine at all. He's not really very fluffy. He's really very sharp. So, his name is ironic. But is it nice to laugh at people's names? No, it's not nice. Let's find out if Fluffy can forgive the rhinoceros for laughing. Fluffy was embarrassed, but he tried to be polite. "And what is your name?" he inquired. It means he asked. He inquired. "I can't say it," giggled the rhinoceros. "Hubert?" suggested Fluffy. Oh, I wonder why the rhinoceros can't say his name. I wonder what his name is. Do you have any guesses? I think it starts with an H. "Oh, help! I just can't say it. I'm laughing so hard," said the rhinoceros. "Harold? Or maybe Herman?" asked Fluffy. "No," gasped the rhinoceros. "It's Well, he's certainly getting his mouth ready for the first sound, isn't he? Hippo. Wait, what? What is the rhinoceros's name? Hippo. What kind of name is that for a rhinoceros? Hippo. A rhinoceros named Hippo. Fluffy smiled. He giggled. Then he laughed out loud. He jiggled and slapped his knees. He howled with laughter. "A rhinoceros named Hippo?" Fluffy cried. Now they're both laughing. Are they laughing at each other, or are they laughing with each other? They're laughing with each other. They both think it's funny that they have such silly names that don't suit them. There's a difference between laughing at somebody and laughing with them. Laughing at somebody can make them feel embarrassed, like Fluffy was at first. But when you both think something is funny and you laugh together, that can be nice. A porcupine named Fluffy, a rhinoceros named Hippo. It was almost more than they could bear. Hippo and Fluffy rolled on the ground, giggling and laughing until tears came to their eyes. At last, they lay exhausted on the ground, so tired from laughing. From that time on, they were the best of friends. because even though they're very different, they have something in common. They have something similar. And Fluffy didn't mind being Fluffy anymore, even though he wasn't. What was the problem in this book? Fluffy did not like his name. How did the problem get solved? What was the solution? He found a friend with a similar name issue, right? Another friend that had something in common with him, and they found ways to laugh about it and let it go and not be upset anymore. Very nice. I wonder what the author was trying to teach us in this book. Maybe to not take ourselves so seriously. Maybe to find ways to laugh at our own problems and not worry about it. Who were the characters in this book? What was the setting? Thanks for taking the time to read this book with me today.